接收完毕，开始执行。因果律修正完成。认知扭曲完成。现实复写启动。复写中。复写中。复写中。复写中。
This event starts out curiously. In the intro, we learn that Captain is in some sort of loop. There's also a mysterious voice talking in the background.
确认完毕，目标个体意识苏醒，匹配检测准备完毕。
Captain mentions that this mess may be the result of someone's dumb wish. Perhaps the reset happens when the wrong person enters the portal. The scene ends with Captain mentioning something about the twins waking him up.
Lilia， 你看，他醒了。Rosalia， 是的，没错，他醒了。Lilia， 这个人还没开始，就已经准备逃避现实了。你听到了吗 ，Lilia？Rosalia， 没错，他非常熟练地选择了逃避现实的发言呢。我听到了 ，Rosalia。Lilia， 这个人一脸了不起的在说些什么呢 ？Rosalia， 小孩子不要看，会学坏的。哦，那就不看。不对，你说谁是小孩子？你才是小孩子，你家里人都是小孩子。
Captain wakes up to the vodka twins. After the twins tell Captain that they summoned him, they ask him about his experiences. Captain references past events such as meeting a cute maid, dancing with a vampire, and having tea with a mercurial hatter. Lilia tells Captain that the three of them are players since the twins were also summoned. They were summoned to help someone win a war so they can make their wish come true. The ruins will surface in 7 days, and the 3 great kingdoms, ancient Emberia of the east, Holy Sheiksel Empire of the west, and Jormungond, a pirates guild, have blockaded the sea around it. Currently they're in Jormungond. They tell Captain the legend of the first corsair who drank the water of life and who could grant their wish to return to their world. After introductions, the twins capture Captain to present him to the current corsair queen. To Captain's surprise, the current corsair queen turns out to be Himeko. Captain accidentally blurred out her name, and Himeko threatens to throw Captain into the Dirac Sea where an ancient terror known as Twalak dwells. To turn the tables, Captain has no choice but to make a gambit. He proclaims that Himeko isn't the true corsair queen. Using his knowledge of stage acting and drama, Captain points out the mistakes in her acting. After the mentioning of hidden observers, Tesla and Einstein reveal themselves. Einstein tells Captain his technique of identifying liars is unscientific. More importantly, the group explains to Captain a bit of Jormungond's history as well as their current situation. Jormungond was formed after a parley was held by the 3 league's leaders. Welt, Cocolia, and the Corsair Queen, and yet, the Corsair Queen's identity remains a mystery. A few months ago, the Queen said she would be abdicating from her seat of power. She intended to name a viceroy who'd exercised her powers while she's absent. The name of the person she chose was left in a box somewhere, and her messenger, Grey Serpent, held the key but was killed. The key had gone missing, and Cocolia was arrested because of her connections to him. They want Captain to investigate this matter and free Cocolia because it was a request from the twins. The investigation begins. Captain starts by recapping what we know. The Queen asked the leaders of the 3 pirate factions to meet aboard her ship. The people on this ship included Himeko, Einstein, Tesla, Cocolia, the twins, Bronya, and Grey Serpent, the one that died. 8 people in total. The identity of the Queen's successor is in a box on the ship. Grey Serpent held the key. Everyone began searching for the box while Grey Serpent died during this time. Because Himeko had ordered Einstein to monitor Grey Serpent, Einstein witnessed Grey Serpent and Cocolia entering the same room, and informed Tesla. Tesla prevented Cocolia from leaving with the box, but Grey Serpent was already dead. An initial autopsy revealed that Grey Serpent died from being hit with a blunt object. When Grey Serpent entered the room, he closed the door immediately after entry. After asking Tesla to follow Grey Serpent's steps while making as little noise as possible, Captain notes that even someone as thin as Tesla would make the floorboards creak. He also notes down that Tesla is a coy girl. Einstein mentions how after Cocolia entered the room, the door closed naturally, but not immediately. Next, they investigate the scene of the crime. The first thing that caught Captain's attention was the bright indoor lighting that put him in a daze for a while. The area at the end of the room was not illuminated. They searched for the key, but could not find it. Himeko then asks for Lily's whereabouts, and it turns out that she fell asleep leaning against the door, so Rosa carries her and herself to bed. Since they couldn't find anything useful in this room, they decide to meet with the defendant Cocolia. After listening to Cocolia's testimony, they decide to go back to the scene of the crime. To their surprise, they somehow find the key. It's time to wrap things up. Captain suspects the involvement of a third person. He explains how it's entirely feasible for someone to evade Cocolia's detection using Lilia as an example. No one noticed Lilia falling asleep even though she was just behind the door. Next, Captain brings up Einstein's description of how Cocolia closed the door. He then mentions how throughout the inspection, he had left the door ajar, but it didn't move an inch. Einstein explains that she could only see a portion of the door above the corridor railings. The only person who could leave the room in silence is Bronya. The case is solved. Afterwards, they open the box and discover that Himeko was named as the Viceroy. Later, Captain is having a conversation with Himeko while they wait for the ruins to surface. Captain proclaims that Bronya was the true Corsair Queen, and Himeko, her accomplice, betrayed her. Bronya built this stage so that she could get her revenge on Cocolia, but because Einstein was asked to monitor Grey Serpent by Himeko, Bronya's actions were discovered. The underling gets to be the Viceroy while the Queen gets locked up in jail. Himeko confirms Captain's claims. She tells Captain she planned to betray the Queen from the start. Bronya only wanted to use the wish to bring back a lost friend. Meanwhile, they were about to face an economic crisis. Captain learns that the first Corsair's treasure, the Homo toys, was what united the three pirate forces. The Homo have brought them immense wealth, but currently, Homo merge sales have been dropping, and Himeko wants to use the wish to get the rest of the first Corsair's treasure, which is the rest of the Homo family. Captain offers Himeko his knowledge of the Homo family in exchange for the wish. The ruins have surfaced. Captain uses his wish and the portal home is opened. As Captain and Himeko say their farewells, Captain talks about the Himeko that he knows, what kind of person she was, and how she had saved him and all the other girls in the past. The scene then jumps to Bronya in a cell. Grey Serpent isn't dead, and we learn the framing of Cocolia was a test to see if she still cared for Bronya. Bronya had always intended for Himeko to become the next Corsair Queen. Her wish to bring back an old friend was also a lie, as she believes her friend is still around somewhere. The Bronya will dive into the depths of the sea.